The late Louie Simmons was a hard-nosed powerlifter in the 1970s, training the way just about everyone did back then. Stick to the lifts you want to improve, add weight every week, and grind it out. It was all about linear progression, lift heavy, rest, repeat. That system worked, until it didn't. Louie broke his back twice. He tore his hamstrings, wrecked his shoulders, biceps and tendon, and elbows. And he wasn't alone. This kind of training, hyper-specific, high intensity, low variation, was leaving a trail of broken athletes behind. After his second major back injury, Louie realized he needed to rebuild, but smarter this time. That's when he started digging into the Soviet sports science. What he found flipped the whole philosophy on its head. He didn't just recover, he built one of the most dominant powerlifting systems ever seen, Westside Barbell and the Conjugate Method. Most people think strength is just about moving heavy stuff, and yes, at its core, strength is about force production. But here's what most people miss, especially as they age. Speed is a precursor to strength. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a sprinter to be strong, but if you lose your ability to move with speed, your strength is already starting to fade. Think about the last reps of a heavy set, like a max bench press for reps. What happens? You slow down. You might still be strong enough to move the weight, but the first thing to go is velocity. That's not just a momentary fatigue thing, it's also how aging works. The research is clear. As we age, our ability to move quickly, or a force of rate development, declines faster than our max strength. And once your speed drops off, strength loss is right behind it. Before Louie changed the game, most lifters were stuck on one of two paths. Linear progression. Think 5x5, add weight every week, peak at a competition. You'd grind the same lifts week after week, hoping to outpace fatigue. Or they do block periodization, where they have hypertrophy, strength, peaking, then deload. More variation in reps and load, but still highly structured and often overspecialized. The problem? Accumulated fatigue. Imagine a paperclip bent back and forth. Over time it breaks. That's your tissues under linear overload without enough recovery or variation. Some lifters try to get around this by training body parts once per week. Personally, I don't love this method. I like to train, and I want movements to connect. Isolating body parts can work, but it doesn't translate well to athletic or functional strength. While Americans were maxing out their lifts and breaking down, the Soviets were years ahead in terms of training science. They studied volume, intensity, fatigue, recovery, periodization, and most importantly, neuromuscular speed. They found that true strength development requires managing fatigue across all systems. They also realized that speed is more than just running fast. It's the nervous system's ability to recruit muscle rapidly. That's why their training was built around three foundational elements: strength, speed, and technique. They also knew that when speed started to drop, strength wasn't far behind. So they trained speed intentionally, not as a side effect, but as a core part of their system. Louie took this knowledge and built the Conjugate Method, a rotating system designed to develop maximal strength, speed, strength endurance, and resilience. Here's how it works. First, you have the max effort method, where you lift a near max or max weight for 1 to 3 repetitions. This is not a personal record day, just a heavy effort with excellent intent, usually done on a variation of the main lifts, think safety bar squat or floor press. This is rotated on a regular basis. The dynamic effort method, a submaximal loads of 40 to 60% of your 1 repetition max plus 25% band or chain resistance. Perform for speed, fast bar velocity, multiple sets, 9 to 12 sets of 2 to 3 reps. When speed drops, the session ends or load is decreased. The repetition method, 2 to 4 sets of 6 to 10 or more repetitions to near fatigue. High time under tension, higher burn. Builds tissue capacity, joint integrity, and local muscle endurance. Louie programmed these over 4 training days. 2 upper body, dynamic and a max effort bench. 2 lower, a dynamic and max effort squat or deadlift. And you rotate movement variations every 1 to 3 weeks to avoid stagnation, burnout, and injury. You don't need to be a powerlifter to train like one or get the same benefits. These principles apply to everyone who wants to move well, stay strong, and age without breaking down. Here's how you can start today. First, prioritize your speed training. Use 30 to 50% of your 1 repetition max and move it fast. Either you can do cyclic speed with a fast eccentric and concentric with 3 fast reps, short rest. Or you can do concentric speed with a controlled eccentric, a pause, and explosive concentric. Both are essential. Use max effort variations smartly. Pick movements similar to but not identical to your main lifts. Ramp up weight over a few sessions, avoid ego lifting, and train near max effort with control. Strength train endurance regularly. Pick a moderate weight and grind through sets of 20 to 30 or more repetitions. This is great for building capacity, controlling fatigue, and keeping your joints healthy. Longevity in strength training isn't about constantly chasing PR or grinding your joints to dust. It's about developing all your strength qualities, speed, max effort, and endurance, and managing fatigue smartly over time. That's what Louie figured out. That's what the Soviets perfected. And that's what you can apply starting now. Got questions? Drop them in the comments. Until next time, train hard and train smart.